Hey guys, this is George Sawtooth. I'm here at the Lafayette, Colorado cemetery. Lafayette became a town in like 1890. It was platted in 1888 by Mary Miller. 10 years after her husband died, her husband's name was Lafayette. And they had a farm over here, I think somewhere south over here. And not gold, but coal was found on it, discovered on it, 1884. But prior to that, they lived on that farm, and they actually had a little tavern on what was called the Mason and Gowan Stagecoach. So the stagecoach would stop by that tavern, and that stagecoach was actually a competitor to Wells Fargo stagecoach. Look at this beautiful northern red oak. That's a beautiful old tree. That tree over there with all the flowers, that's a catalpa. Northern or western catalpa, they're basically the same species. Ash tree, you can see the leaves, seeds on the ash tree. But yeah, she named it after her husband, Lafayette. For a while, he was a butcher in Boulder. Boulder is just a few miles west of here. The great, wonderful city of Boulder, which I don't really go there too much. A few of my favorite groups came out of Boulder. You guys know Firefall and the Samples. I think there was a group called Zephyr. Tommy Bolin, yeah, he was in that group, I believe. But this is Lafayette. Lafayette Miller died in 1878. And when he died, he was a butcher in Boulder, and then his wife came back to the farm, to the Miller farm, with 6 children. I guess they were still small children. So I'm not sure why he died. Maybe it was a heart attack, who knows. And 1884, coal was discovered on her farm. So the Spencer coal mine was developed on that land. A lot of these towns around here were based on the coal mine industry. Erie, Superior is another town just southwest of here, and Superior is actually named. They thought their coal was superior to everybody else's, so they named it Superior. She donated 89 acres to the town of Lafayette. And she died in 1921. She died in the town here. I'm sure she's probably buried here. Not sure where. I actually didn't check where she was buried. In September 1913, there was a huge gun battle between the miners. Some of them were union members, and some of them were non-union members, and they had a huge gun battle, and both sides blamed the other side, you know. That's how it goes. And 1,000 rounds of ammunition were fired, and it's amazing that nobody died. One guy was hurt, and a poor horse was killed. So I kind of feel sorry for that poor horse. Lafayette has grown so much. I tell you what, I was just driving out here. I can't believe how many can somebody tell me where everyone is moving from to Colorado? Colorado is just getting amazingly crowded, in my opinion. A little bit too crowded for me. One interesting thing, 1980, the population of Lafayette was 9,000. In 2020, it was over 30,000. So that's how much it has grown. Yeah, going back to that gun battle. Have you guys ever heard of the massacre of Ludlow? It's way down in the Trinidad area. I might go down there sometime and film that area. But that was a very tragic story, the Ludlow massacre. But did you know, here in the Lafayette cemetery, there's supposedly a vampire buried here. And here he is. They so the story goes that they opened up his grave, and they found that he had fangs, and there was actually blood coming out of his mouth. So they drove a stake through his heart. Well, I don't know what kind of heart you would have if you're in a grave, because any body that's in here in Colorado, it's going to decay pretty quickly here in Colorado. But they drove that stake, and then they said this tree grew from that stake, which is highly unreliable story in my opinion. Looks like an old cedar tree. But here's this guy. I don't know, can you guys read it? Fedor Glava. He was born in Transylvania, and he died in 1918. He was a miner here. I don't know if he was a miner for the Spencer mine or the Simpson mine. Those were the two big mines here in coal mines here in Lafayette. But I guess he was from Transylvania. I guess his wife was still back there. And he died in 1918. He died of the flu, the Spanish flu. Do you remember have you guys ever learned about the Spanish flu? Yeah, people killed a lot of people supposedly. But he died of the flu. But born in Transylvania, vampire Fedor Glava. Not much of a marking, is it? Not much of a memorial. Kind of looks just like concrete. 1918. Alright, this is just a short stroll through the Lafayette Cemetery. A little bit of history of Lafayette too. It's kind of a beautiful little cemetery. I love the trees here. Like I said, I need to go back to the previous cemeteries that I visited back during the winter time, because cemeteries are so much more beautiful here in Colorado during the summertime. I guess we could go through a few graves. Palizzi. This must be an Italian name, Palizzi. Dan and Irene. 1907 to 1992, 1914 to 2009. Rich. Do you remember Big and Rich? What were those two guys' names? Those country singers. I can't remember their name. Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy. What were their names? Joseph L. Rich and Pauline Rich. Oh, Joseph is still alive, 1925. Pauline, 1915, 1993. Man, he's an old guy, Joseph. Here's a cool name, Bunn. William P. Bunn. Esther's still alive. 1930 to 2005. It's a cool name. Reese, Lily, and John. 1886 to 1967, 1883 to 1931. There's a guy over there in that truck. He's kind of sleeping in this pickup box. It's like 98 degrees today. It's a pretty hot day. As you can see, the grass is getting kind of brown, because it really doesn't rain much here in Colorado. Sarah Ann. Huh. Is that her last name? 1880 to 1959. Oh, here's one with a picture. Josephine Nora. and James Edward Ortega, together forever. 1998, and she died in 2007. Here's their picture. Really cool. That's nice, a Coors Light bottle right next to this one. William C. Lightford, Sr., 1945 to 1990. Maybe like Coors Light, huh? Beloved husband and father. Rastberger, Herbert, 1908 to 1987. Marie, 1910 to 1984. Rastberger. I was gonna go over here. These people kind of have an interesting name. I like this name here. Kneebone. Have you ever heard of the last name Kneebone? It looks like it's a whole family plot. Oh, they have some irises. Kneebone. Ruth Jorgensen, she's still alive. George Arthur, he died in 2004. They were married March 30th, 1974. Kneebone. That is a cool last name. There's another Kneebone. Lena Adele, 1896 to 1979. 1895. Do any of you know what these symbols mean? I am not see that symbol there? I have no idea what symbols mean. How about this one? Let's see, here's some more knee bones. Mother Ida Kneebone, 1917 and 1999, and then father Joseph, 1919 to 2007. I really like that name, Kneebone. And then there's one over here too. Jesse, 1885 to 1935. George Sr., 1882 to 1943. He died during World War II. Oh, and there's George Jr., 1919 to 1936. He wasn't very old, was he? You hear those crazy birds? I don't know what kind of bird that is. Bolton. That's not Michael Bolton, that singer. Remember that he was popular back in the 1990s? Michael Bolton. Oh. Bolton. Okay, so father John B, 1853 to 1940. Mother, see, hers is kind of collapsing into the ground. Mother, 1855 to 1915. And who's this over here? Isabel, 1889 to 1964. Oh yeah, I was gonna get back to that that gun battle. You guys remember Looney Tunes? Do you remember Blackjack Shellac? I wonder if he was in that gun battle in Bugs Bunny. You know, remember Blackjack Shellac? He's kicked that door open. He said, "This is gonna be good, you bet." And then one time they were in a saloon. Bugs Bunny was holding a cork gun, and Blackjack started laughing. Here's a cork gun. He said, "Mr. Rabbit, I'm gonna pull your cork." Then the gun went off and his face was black from the gunpowder. Funny. I hate to make light of that, those gun battles, but nobody died in that gun battle. It's just a poor horse. Beloved mother, Rebecca Martinez, 1908 to 1969. Yeah, this is like the old part of Lafayette over here. If you go east, man, Lafayette is really growing. Graham. I feel this tree is kind of dying, unfortunately. That's sad. I wonder what his deal is. It's a Colorado blue spruce, so I'm not sure what's... He doesn't look to appear to be very old. Blue spruces live a long time. James W. the Third, 1832 to 1996. Oh, Monique is still alive, 1937. Beautiful flowers here. Beloved Larry Lee Graham, 1946 to 1991. What's this Graham here? It's kind of hard to read. And they knocked over the flowers, and the flowers are kind of drying up too. Oh, Mary Ann Graham. Okay. 1949 to 2012. She just passed away not too long ago. Wilson Graham. James Wilson. Okay, this is this guy. So he was in the Korean War. U.S. Navy. Alright. I don't want to make this video too long. I think people get bored when videos get too long. Sandy Alexander Heron, 1941 to 2009. Barry, that's a cool name. Vernon W. Madge, she's still alive. Vernon, 1936 to 1998. He was in the U.S. Army. SP4 U.S. Army. Vernon Barry. Well, let's go. Finally, let's look at this. This is right next to the road, this one. Georgia Bagnall. Her nickname was Bobby. 1939 to 2003. Oh, I can't believe how hot today is. It is hot. A beautiful blue sky though. A lot of pretty trees in this cemetery. Kind of impressed with this cemetery. Nice little cemetery. Lafayette, Colorado. On a hot summer day. George Sawtooth strolling through another cemetery. Oh, this was probably a baby here. No, Charles Botch, 1936 to 1997. Huh. I wonder why he has so many stuffed animals. He must have liked stuffed animals. All right. Oh, here's a coal miner union representative, defender of the coal miners' human rights, buried in Potter's Field. Samano. 1889 to 1929. Married to Rosa Espelita, father of great American patriots. Cool. Alright guys, thanks for watching another video of mine. God bless, take care.